video we discussed about Hertz experiment. Okay, and in Hertz experiment what we saw that he confirms the presence of electromagnetic radiation, and accidentally he also observed the photoelectric effect. Now in this video we are going to discuss about photoelectric emission, Helmholtz and Lenard's experiment. So here you can see then there is a vacuum chamber, there is a glass tube which is theoretically vacuum, but practically some amount of gas molecules may be there. Then there is a glass window, this one. Through this window, uh, light of suitable frequency is allowed to come and fall on this plate. Now what is this? This is a metal plate. This is called emitter plate. This is another metal plate called the collector plate. Now in this emitter, it is connected with the negative terminal of a battery, and this collector plate is connected with the positive terminal of the battery. This is a battery with variable value. This arrow means it is a variable, it has a variable value. But in some book you may get that there is a commutator you may get. With the commutator this battery is connected. The purpose of using a commutator is that it just reverses the polarity. That means if A is negative for this stamping, at any time if you need, you can change the polarity of the this one plates. Okay, now suppose when light of suitable frequency is allowed to come and fall on the plate, then what will happen? This metal plate, it consists of some atoms, of course, with this type of atom, right? Now when light ray come and falls on atom, it strikes out the electron from the atom, and once it strikes out the electron come out, and when the electron comes out, it contribute a current in the circuit. Okay, that current is called photocurrent, and the electron thus produced, or the electron which is emitted, that is called the photoelectron. Now when this light ray falls here, along with this light we get some energy. We know that light means it consists of some particles. We call each particle of light is known as photon. Each photon carries an energy of h nu. H means it is the Planck's constant, nu means it is the frequency of incident light. Okay, now remember that each photon is having how much energy? As I said, h nu. So this h nu energy will be transferred to one electron. One electron will only absorb one photon. Okay, then one part of this h nu energy will be used up to make the electron free from the nuclear binding or from the respective atom, and one part of this h nu energy will be used as the kinetic energy. Suppose I am giving one example. This light wave, along with it, it is carrying how much energy? One photon in this case is carrying, suppose, 100 joule of energy, correct? Now out of this 100 joule, suppose 75 joule of energy is used up to make this electron free from the atom. So that means how much energy is remaining? 25 joule. That 25 joule, what will happen to this 25 joule energy? That 25 joule energy will contribute kinetic energy to the electron, or will give kinetic energy to this emitted electron. So can we say that if h nu is the energy which is falling on this particular electron, then one part of this h nu is used to make the electron free. This part is, I am giving it by phi naught. We will call it threshold energy or work function. So that means work function or threshold energy is nothing but it is the energy required to make an electron free from the respective atom. Done. So out of 100, 75 is used up, and that 75 is how much? I mean, which one is the 75? This phi naught. Then plus remaining how much we have? 25 joule, and as I said, that 25 joule will contribute the kinetic energy, so we will write here kinetic energy. So the equation comes as H nu is equal to phi naught plus kinetic energy. That's what I have written here. You can see this equation, this one, H nu is equal to phi naught plus, in place of kinetic energy I have written half mv square. We know kinetic energy is half mv square, but here I have written V max. What is the reason of writing V max? Because in the example that I gave, I said that 25 will be the kinetic energy of the electron, right? Now suppose if the electron in its path, if it undergoes collision with any particle, then in that case certainly the kinetic energy will decrease. So that is why maximum value means theoretically this much is the kinetic energy, theoretically maximum value of kinetic energy. Some electrons may have some less kinetic energy, so that is why while writing this formula we will write here half mv max square, means it is the maximum value of kinetic energy. Some electrons may have less than this also. Okay, then intensity of this incident ray, how it depends or how it influences the current in the circuit, and how frequency influences the current, that one we are going to discuss. So intensity, remember that whenever this light wave come and falls on a metal plate, this light wave, as I said, along with it, it is bringing some energy. Each particle of light is bringing h nu energy. Okay, now if I say that the intensity is increased, the meaning is that number of photons falling on this particular plate has increased. That is the meaning. Intensity increases means number of photons increases. Frequency does not change. Okay, frequency of each photon will remain nu only. In fact, the energy associated with each photon will remain h nu only. No change in energy, but yes, intensity means number, the number of photons. Okay. Now I told you that each electron absorbs one photon. So if intensity increases, number of photons falling on plate A will increase, and if it increases, more number of electrons will be emitted from plate A just by this process. More number of electron will come out from their respective atom, and as a result you can see this A, as I told, this is negatively charged. It will repel all the all the photo electrons formed. The electrons which will be formed, we will call them photoelectron. Okay, so all these photoelectron will be repelled by plate A, but plate C, as it is positive, it will attract all the electrons, and when electron flows in this direction, a current in the circuit will generate that will be in opposite direction. Okay, so here in the diagram I have given the direction of current with this arrow. So the current thus produced due to the movement of photoelectron, we call it photocurrent. And the substance means the material of plate A, which is from where the photoelectrons are emitting, that substance is called photosensitive substance or photosubstance. Okay, now as I told that the intensity increases means number of photon increases, as a result number of electron emitting from the plate increases, as a result current in the circuit increases. So intensity is directly proportional to current. So when we draw a graph between intensity of light along x-axis and we plot photocurrent along y-axis, the graph is a straight line passing through the origin. Okay, very important graph, that is the intensity versus photocurrent or photoelectric current. And then frequency. See, as I told you that frequency does not you can say depends on intensity, or intensity does not depend on frequency. So directly there will be no relation between frequency and current in fact, but yes, we will draw certain graph which will relate frequency and some potential, we will discuss about it, and current. Okay, but that graph we are going to discuss later on. But for this time being, you just remember two things: frequency contribute kinetic energy. Okay, frequency of light increases the kinetic energy of photoelectron, and intensity of light increases the photocurrent. And how frequency increases kinetic energy? Suppose if nu value increases, that is the frequency, then h nu will increase. If h nu increases, phi naught is a constant value, because phi naught means it is the energy required to make an electron free from atom. It will remain same for a particular material, it will remain same. So So if h nu increases, which term will increase? This one, kinetic energy will increase. Okay, so that's what I have written, that increase in kinetic energy, it is due to the increase in frequency. Okay, then kinetic energy, frequency, these things we will take, we will draw some graph in the next video. Thank you.